Alright, so this is going to be the first video. It's exterior inspection video. It's a closed link account, so the only person that gets to see is the person I give the link to. So that's important to protect the privacy of the owner's home, and that's not over the internet. So first and foremost, okay, let's go over the garage portion. Obviously, we got sill plates are level, which are on. That means they're on the slab. Which will also mean that when you see your siding, that it's going to be not where home inspectors are 6 inches away from dirt, because it's impossible when your sill plate's flat on the slab. Sub panel box here, I'm not really too concerned about. It's new electrical. I don't want to move all of his tools out of the way to get to that, to take it all apart. What else? We got the... Oh, here's your water service over here. Actually, it's on the other side. So, first and foremost, I had not gone the inside of the house yet. So that's really important to note. But let's go check out these safety reverses. You see that this works. And then this one over here will work. Alright, and then I'm going to go through the outside. So one good thing about this house is you got really good drainage throughout. So you got drain tiles throughout. With this type of siding, it's like a cedar siding. You just gotta be kind of, you're gonna have to be expected that you're gonna have some wear and tear from the sun. So, this is very flammable too. So, yeah. But anyways, actually, new construction, you can't even have this anymore, and woodpeckers love to have fun with that. I literally am watching for rattlesnakes while I'm out here because I just did an inspection video last week, and I said a minute before that I'd be catching a rattlesnake, and then a minute later I almost stepped on a 4-foot gopher snake. So wrapped around fascia, you can see fascia members here, and they cut the corner down here where it meets the fascia behind the gutters. Wrapped around fascia is important because, one, it keeps these are all rafter tails. This is a cut and stack roof. You can tell by the 2x8, because if they were 2x4, most likely they'd be a truss system. So it's just a really good thing to have, because it keeps all the gutters well intact, keeps the tails from twisting, keeps the fascia at the end from twisting. So it's always good to see stuff like that. Here's your water service right here. Just watching rattlesnakes. So a couple of things though, they didn't. Usually when you cut or notch your fascia to the next fascia member, you want to have it go over the tail on a 15-degree angle. But that's just me being a picky contractor. Like I said, you're gonna have these kind of situations, especially with this type of siding, that you're gonna have sun warpage. Here's a fence rail that can get replaced. So I did walk the roof, and I ran my drone up there. I'm not bringing this up here, the roof, because it's too hot to walk now. I just got at the very end where you do not want to walk a roof when it's 100 degrees outside. You'll ruin the roof. Get about 5 years left on the roof. A couple other things. The weave's a California weave, or the valley is a California weave, which is a much better way to do your valleys. But yeah, you got about 5 years left on the roof, so that's something you have to save up for. It's probably going to cost around $15,000 to $18,000 to do. I always recommend tearing off the original roof, which you have to actually with this kind of roof. It's a dimensional roof, so you have to tear it off, and you got to put a new roof over it. Okay, so let me see. You got 2-point ventilation, you got a ridge vent, and you got eave block vent. Let me see. Again, you got good drainage around here. I'm going to walk through the back a little bit. Nothing too much to say about the patio. We're going to go walk through the front now. I'm going to show you some things too. I'm sure some questions that you might have had, but it's important to have this kind of video going up because it's a lot easier sometimes to follow a video than just do the report. So let's keep going around here. Like I was saying about the sill plate being flat on the slab, that's where you see the dirt. That's where you see the siding go directly almost to the dirt. Up here, it's built up a little bit. That's just based on fall, really. Not fall, but for level. So that's the high point. This is the low point. All right. So through the technical, I guess you call it a breezeway. Either way, this is pretty good. This type of siding, you have to stain. You got to keep up on it. but it's in pretty good shape. You can probably see the roof from here. You can probably see how it's starting to go a little bit. It's just kind of hard to show it on the camera. I have my drone up there, and I actually walked it too. So you got full ridge vent up there. When you have ridge vent, you don't have gable end vent, because it kind of just defeats the whole purpose of gable ends if you have a ridge vent. Like I said, full wrapped around fascia here. You do not need a railing on this because it is actually 30 inches from ground. So California Building Code requires a railing when your plank to dirt level is more than 30 inches. This is exactly 30 inches. So there's no requirement for railing. Your home inspector would tell you to have a railing around here, and he'd be dead wrong. Same with the steps. There's no code requirement for a railing. Here, obviously, I would recommend. It's new. You don't ever want to go more than 2 foot on center for stringer space span. That's these tread boards, and not tread, but the supports for the tread planks. So that's 4 foot. Eventually, you're going to want to put 2 more in there. That's going to eventually go. Let's see. So your 16 on center joist span, which is important because if you ever did want to go Trex, which I don't think so, for this kind of wood and everything being so matching, you probably would want to stick to the same kind of wood as already been existing, and the deck's still in pretty good shape. No open grounds at all. You also got gutter covers, which is important to note. All the fences and gates are in pretty good shape, so they're actually all maintained well. Something tells me this owner is either a mechanic or a contractor. Most of the time I can pretty much tell. I didn't test the pool. It's an index pool, which I'm looking at getting one too. So they had a railing here. They didn't have to have one, but maybe this is something they put in after. But no leaks at all on the hose bibs. So you can see back here that the siding is in much better shape in a lot of ways because it doesn't get that direct sun hitting it. So, all right. Like I said, usually I bring this on the roof, the tablet, but it's too hot to walk the roof now. I already did it, and you don't want to walk an older roof either because then you start ruining it. So, all right. Well, that is it with the home inspection video. I will do an interior one next. I haven't even gone inside yet, so this should be interesting. This should be fun. Thank you.